Greetings, friends, families, and fans, and welcome to Maryland Hockey Network. My name is Mark McClure. I'm joined by Matt Fusillo. We're here at the ancient, as the word you use, Fort DuPont Ice Center here in Washington, D.C. Terps and Rowan going up against each other tonight. Second time this season. Rowan won the first game by a score of 6-2. And Matt, a little bit of a revenge feel here in this game for Maryland.
Absolutely. I mean, last game, not only did they lose, they had a tough game in New Jersey. That was on Saturday, October 30th. Second matchup of the season between the Profs and the Terrapins. They're absolutely looking for revenge.
Face-off goes Rowan's way. We'll give you tonight's starting lineup, starting with the Rowan Profs. Jared Cohen, Vance Moran, Bobby Penrod, Jacob Holland all make up the starting group with John Cisanowski in net. Maryland, it's the usual crew. Liam Eden, Tucker Healy, Patrick Wiganowski make up the first line. Hunter Area and Daniel Tomaszewski, the first line D pairing. And Henry Pelletier has been the norm recently. Starts in net. Tucker Healy nearly nets one off a rebound chance there early, but Rowan gets away with it, and we'll start with the Profs in the offensive zone.
And how about that top line? Tucker Healy, 23 points. Liam Eden, 22 points. Far and away the top two scorers for the Terps this year. And Wiganowski with 6 points. He's been racking them up ever since he transitioned into that first line role.
Also worth mentioning, Miss Jimmy Pollock in the starting lineup today. A wrist shot comes in there just a bit wide from Chase Wilson, second line center. As Rowan will start from behind their net. It ends up getting whipped out near center ice. Here come the Profs, a wrist shot. Nice save by Pelletier. Early shot coming in there from Connor Callahan. Puck drifts out to center ice. Another wrister in, and then another glove save by Pelletier, that time denying JT Zangara. Zangara was a problem in that game Maryland played in New Jersey. He picked up 2 goals in that game.
Yeah, they had a lot of good players that night. They believe they got off to an early lead, and Maryland came back, but then there's a shot saved by Pelletier. But then after Maryland came back, Rowan ran away with it by a final score of 6-2. And that was one thing last weekend at the St. James for the ACC Showcase Coach Carter was talking about. He wants his team to play more of a 60-minute game, and I think they did that last weekend. So they're carrying momentum into tonight.
Trouble here for Rowan as they swing it behind the net. They center it in front. Zangara had a chance to punch it into the far post. He couldn't do it, and the puck drifts back out to center ice and all the way down to the other side. Cisanowski passes it forward. Looking for Zangara. Again, he's surrounded, though. He does get a wrist shot off and a really nice save by Pelletier, who's been really busy through the first 2 minutes of action. As it ends up going down to the other end of the ice again, being chased after by Will Garrison. Garrison backhands it up the near boards. Andrew DePoy takes it there for Maryland. He had it on his puck for just a moment before he lost it. It swings around the far side. Maryland trying to come up with it, but it is Rowan that takes it behind the net. Pressure being put on there by Trevor Drake, who's still looking for his first goal of the season. For a guy that has gotten a lot of breakaways, he just has not been able to put any behind goaltenders. Here's another chance for Zangara. Nice backhander. Great save by Pelletier. It had popped up off the pad, and he managed to track it down and glove it down.
Well, this is one thing that we're going to have throughout the night. I cannot see Henry Pelletier because we have an obstructed view.
Yeah, you can tell
column.
This is an old barn here at Fort DuPont. They are tearing it down at the end of the season for 2023 reopen with a new rink and hopefully not 3 pillars that are guarding the view of the ice, but we will do the best we can.
Fortunately,
you can barely see Pelletier on the screen as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, fortunately the camera can see it. That's more important than me seeing it, so as long as you guys at home can see it, that's all right. We're doing the best we can with this ancient arena.
Yeah, we do appreciate everybody sticking with us throughout the weekend when we had some network issues. This building also does not have any in it, so if there is any skipping and jumping, we do apologize for that. But that is kind of the situation we're in here at Fort DuPont. Another pressure situation as a wrist shot comes in there from Chris Conlon. That one drifted wide. Trying to keep the attack alive. Conlon gets it again, swings it in front. Wrist shot comes in. Another save by Pelletier. That time he denied Tanner Schroeder. spent most of our time here in this end as pressure continues to be placed on Maryland, but they've held up so far. Rowan has it at the point. They end up swinging it around here with David Cutler. Cutler out there with Mike Miller. Maryland may remember Miller, as he was the one that hit Andrew Muirhead when he had the injury. Muirhead still hurt, but it did turn out to be better than most thought when they saw the injury, just a neck strain for Muirhead, which is better than the alternative as a wrist shot comes in floated off the left pad there by Eden. Ends up back near center. Props controlling there. They try to rip it up. It was blocked off the body of one of the props down there and then flipped officially to center ice for Carter Jones. Jones gave it off, got it back, but a great back stick in there at the last moment by Tyler McAvoy to possibly save a goal. Healy goes the other way. He's pinned against the boards near the Rowan bench. It flips back out to center where Tyler McAvoy can take it. McAvoy wrists it in, goes off the right pad of Sizanowski. And then again drifts back out to the neutral zone. Tomaszewski, this is Ryan Haight here, who's back into the lineup again. He's been in and out of the lineup with some illnesses and some knocks, so great to have him back in as this goes out to the point for Jared Cohen. Cohen wrists one in. That one hit off the stick of Beganowski and off the backboards. Healy tried to swing it around the boards. Now it's poked right in front. A couple of chances right on the doorstep there, and then it's eventually flipped to the corner away from Pelletier's goal. Rowan all over the place early in this period, and that in a good way as this one's flipped out in front. They can't direct one on net, looking in the middle for Frattaroli. Comes to the near boards. Good read there by Cohen to get the puck back. Puts it into the high slot, but no one's there, and it's taken away by Eden, who plays it off the glass. Ends up staying with the props, who've had probably close to 75% of the possession in this early part of the first period. We do have no score so far as this goes into the Maryland end with Tyler McAvoy. McAvoy tries to save it by getting it out to Jason Steinberg. Steinberg couldn't hold on to it for long. Goes out towards the center ice logo. Maryland ends up getting it, though. Here's Chase Wilson. Wilson right dot, tries a wrist shot in. And that one may have caught the roof. And that's another thing about Fort DuPont. The roof here is not high. So you're going to see a couple of those throughout tonight's action.
We saw a few of those last time. The Terps played here at the Fort DuPont. Pucks off the ceiling, out of play, you name it. Got these columns, but doing the best we can.
Unfortunately, again, is the situation here at Fort DuPont. Maryland splits times between Fort DuPont and Laurel, and the Gardens Ice House in Laurel, for their home games. But this one here is at the Fort DuPont, and it is an obstructed view. We'll go off the boards. Rowan trying to keep it alive with a swing into the high slot. Held on forever for that shot. Garrison was right where he wanted to be, but he couldn't get the shot off. Now Bosin got it over to Steinberg, then it pops up to the slot. No one there for Maryland. They try and play it off the boards for Rowan to clear the zone. Paul Keys brings it in to start the attack. Keys had it knocked off the stick. Jetson Koo, third line defensive pairing, is working on a clear. Can't get it out clean. Rowan still holding the offensive zone. They get it in front, and a shot comes in. That one may have been saved by Pelletier, or it was wide. Not sure. Couldn't quite get a good look at the shot from Garrison. And then looks like we're going to get an icing call here against Maryland. So we'll go down to the other end of the ice for this face-off. 12:45 left in the opening period, but we have not had many stoppages in this game. This has been run, run, run.
Not too many stoppages at all. It kind of gives me a little bit of vibes of the NHL 3-on-3 overtime. You saw Cutler, the defenseman for Rowan, take the puck out of the zone. Long period of no whistles. That 5-on-5, you don't see that very often, but in 3-on-3 they do it all the time.
A little bit of a confusion here on Maryland. They can't change here to that ice. They tried to, but that's a no-go. Refs pointed it out. Maryland wins the face-off. Coos double team, though, behind his own net, trying to swing it for DePoy around the boards. DePoy backhands one, still being held in. Heavy pressure put on by Zangar as he's poking it to keep it in. A nice hit, though, there on the far boards, but Maryland still can't hold possession as it goes off the right pad of Pelletier. Here's Airy under a bit of distress. He knifes up ice, gets it over to Drake. Drake gets it over to DePoy now. Boy tried to lay the puck off. Couldn't get it all the way through. Actually, I apologize, didn't notice. Till just now. Actually, Andrew Muirhead is in the lineup tonight for his return. He got his first stick on the puck there. Forgot we had been told beforehand that Muirhead wasn't in the lineup. Just had that feeling, though, because you saw him with the neck brace on and everything, and that you thought that was going to be a longer recovery for him. But Muirhead is on the ice and had just had his first touch of the puck right there.
And you could tell he was just itching to get back in the lineup. I mean, you never like missing time, but just seeing him in the tunnel after the game in the locker room, he's been really, really waiting to get back in the lineup, and he's a great player, and we're very happy to have him back.
Yeah, he was one of the big-time goal scorers for Maryland. He was part of the first line. He's with the third group today. You really can't take Beganowski off the third line right now the way he's been playing. Or you can't take Beganowski off the first line the way he's been playing. As we look like we got a penalty coming up here. We did have a penalty call against Maryland, so the first opportunity for a Rowan power play. Not sure who they got. We were talking too much, but we will get that number as soon as we can. And it may not be until he comes out of the box. Maryland's going to work on a early clear with Liam Eden just backhanding it into the neutral zone. Cohen will take it there. It's a long pause. They get it back to Cohen. Cohen up the near board. Some good physicality there from Eden. Forced him off the puck. Now to the offensive zone with Pollock. Pollock rifles one around the boards. It goes off of Moran's skates. Now Conlon digs it loose. Out to the point. Here with a cross-ice pass looking for Bobby Penrod. Penrod leveled by Tyler McAvoy against the near side boards. Now Cohen a wrist shot. It may have been deflected. Conlon was right in front, but Pelletier made the save either way. A minute left on the penalty kill for Maryland. Here's Cohen. Goes back for Pollock. Sends one in again off the pad of Pelletier, and Maryland with a full-fledged clear. Maryland has gotten better with the penalty kill unit. They've had their moments of lapses, but I think they've gotten a lot of practice early in the year. Now it's less, but they still are taking those lessons.
I think more so earlier in the season they've had their issues on the PK, but as you said, it has cleaned up a lot over the last couple weeks.
This one flipped in by Cohen. It goes behind the goal. Maryland tries to slap it clear. It is held in there by Cohen. It goes back behind the net again. Maryland a second chance to clear, and Aries able to do it this time. Cohen holds it at center ice. 10 seconds left on the power play for Rowan. They didn't get much out of this one, which is rare for this props group, which normally is dominant on the power play. And always like them in the home arena every time they go on the power play. They got the Law and Order music playing.
That was Thomas Pedersen in the box, by the way. We weren't able to get the name, but we just saw him go to the bench.
So yeah, it was Pedersen. Not sure what the call was, but it was around where the pillar was, and we had been mid-convo. So either way, Maryland's able to kill it off. There's 9:35 left in the opening period of play. No score between Maryland and Rowan. Maryland goes up ice here. They tried to get it to Muirhead. Muirhead had a good hit there at the Rowan blue line, and Maryland had brought it in, but they were not onside as Tomaszewski looked like he was just in front of where he needed to be. So we'll get another stoppage and play face-off will come out to the neutral zone.
An interesting choice of jerseys tonight. You see Maryland in their black with the yellow numbers, and Rowan with the dark brown with yellow numbers as well. A little bit tough to tell apart. I'm looking at the helmets a lot because Rowan's got yellow, Maryland's got red.
Yeah,
it's
it might be
easiest.
difficult, especially for you people at home, because it is a little bit tough to see through the netting and everything. The Rowan props are in the brown, yellow helmets, while Maryland's in black with red helmets, and both teams with yellow numbering. Little interesting choice. No one went with white tonight. Puck is in the Rowan zone. Maryland trying to create some offense out of this one. DePoy tries to get one of wrist shot. Ends up at Drake's stick. He goes out to the point for a hate shot. But that one went nowhere. It was pretty much stick blocked there by Tanner Schroeder.
DePoy's another guy looking for his first collegiate goal, not only first of the year, and one of the many players who you think is going to get one very soon. He's playing good hockey, just hasn't been able to find the back of the net.
And here is the annual or daily time where we remind everybody that, unfortunately, Maryland's a first-line team. Pretty much every one of their goals has been scored by a first-liner outside of Chase Wilson and Andrew McMenamin, who's not dressed, does have his goal. He's on the fourth line today. but both those guys were on the fourth line when they scored. So Maryland has never gotten a goal from a second or third liner this year while they were on the second or third line, even though Wilson does have a goal. He scored that while he was on the fourth line. Rowan offsides on the entry here. Stoppage coming up 8:17 in the opening period.
We made a comment last game about the Bruins' perfection line. Well, this is the Maryland Terrapins' perfection line of Eden, Healy, and Beganowski. And I asked Liam Eden last weekend about the impact of Tucker Healy, the freshman, and how well he's been playing on the top unit. And Eden believes that him and Healy do play really well together, and it's obvious. That puck goes off the official skate, but it's obvious that they're playing well together. And you can even see it on these broadcasts. They're having some great chemistry in this season so far.
Eden's really your spark plug captain. He's made a lot of big goals. He scored a lot of big goals. This one goes down, another cover by Pelletier. But they are, I think they complement each other well. You have Healy, who's been a really great center, playing that center's role, and then Beganowski, he's just your energy guy. You can see it when this guy scores, he's ready to throw a party, and you just love the amount of energy that he plays with.
All of his sellies, everything,
Yeah,
he's got it all.
He is the selly guy on this Maryland team. Here's Healy drifting into the offensive zone, lays it back for Beganowski, tries to pick out the top corner. That one goes off the shoulder of Cisanalski. A great save there.
Yeah, adding on to that first line, I think Eden also does a great job of opening up space for his line mates, especially Healy. You use that big frame of his size, his speed, kind of pins pucks along the boards, pins opposing players along the boards, and frees Healy and Beganowski to the puck.
Pollock trying to clear. They can. It gets held right in at the right dot. Then it does go out to the neutral zone. Here's a 2-on-2 for Rowan. They go across for Penrod. Penrod draws iron. That's a big chance again for Rowan, but they can't find the back of the net. May have beaten Pelletier, but didn't beat his best friend. Penrod with it again. A really nice spin move to shake Healy. He risks one again, and he hits the post again. My goodness. Not sure if that's pinpoint accuracy or terrible luck from Bobby Penrod as he catches both sides of the iron on one shift. Wrist shot there from Tomaszewski's blocked. He had no help. Those Maryland went for a change. Goes out to center. Steinberg sends it back in to the Rowan zone. It's retaken behind the net by David Cutler. Cutler tries to clear. Big hit there on Bosin by the Rowan bench. It looks like we got a penalty coming up here. Yes, we do. It's a boarding penalty against Rowan. And Maryland will get their first power play of the evening. Who they're going to get for it is the question. Connor Callahan will go to the box here for Rowan. 2 minutes for boarding.
First power play of the game for the Terps. Haven't had too many chances offensively, but they'll get a good 2 minutes here with 6:28 remaining in the first.
Now we're going to start with the second line here for this power play. Rowan won the draw. They'll go, and Garrison tries to backhand it out. It was held in by Drake, but Drake is just hounded there. Did they get Maryland offside? They did, so they can now go up ice while Maryland had to tag up. Lay this one back, swings around the boards. Here's Paul Keys. Keys lost it. Maryland gets it back, and now they can restart the attack here with Andrew Muirhead. That went past his stick, though. Went the other way, icing waved off. Will Garrison clears it the length of the ice, and that's an opportunity for Rowan to change. Airy tried to get something going, pretty much just slapped it right off of Tanner Schroeder's leg. Minute 5 left on the power play. Maryland is yet to muster much against the good Rowan kill. Tomaszewski. He can't enter the zone. Has to lay it off for Eden. And then it's dumped in by, looked like it was McAvoy, and then a shot came from right in front by Beganowski. A really nice save there by Cisanalski.
Looks like the puck took a funny bounce there. I'm not sure if it hit the boards or what. Column was blocking a little bit, but it did take a funny bounce and went right in front of the goaltender, Szynalski. Good chance there, but he stood the test and made the save.
Draw won by the Terps. They get it to McAvoy. Lines up a wrist shot. Great glove save by Szynalski. That was some leather flashing right there. My goodness, he almost fell down as he was making that save.
Textbook glove save, really nice save.
We know McAvoy can pick out some corners.
Seen that a few times this year, including his birthday goal.
Game winner against Stevenson at the Gardens Ice House. Face-off puck flies right back at Szynalski. He'll cover again for another stop at 5:05 left in the period. 38 seconds left on the power play. Things have kind of settled themselves down a little bit in this game. We were going at a pace that everyone knew we could keep up in the first 10 minutes. Here's Beganowski, left dot. Pretty much just lost it off his stick as it went behind the net. Cohen clears it towards the blue line. Maryland gets it back, trying to get it to Eden. Eden wraps around in front. Another save by Szynalski. And then they get the clear they were looking for. 18 seconds left on the power play.
Liam Eden does a great job of getting that puck in the corners and working his way to the net somehow. Just uses his body and his speed. Strength as well, just powers right to the front of the net. You see that all the time, and he does a great job with it.
McAvoy with now the teams at even strength. Flips it from the left blue line to the right corner. He's able to hold it in, gets it to Eden, who backhands it. Maryland holds the zone. McAvoy trying to get it to Healy. It ends up with the stick of Eden back to Healy. Healy going through all kinds of traffic, tried to get a shot off. Poke checked off of his stick. They go back to McAvoy one time. They tried to get a deflection. It was blocked pretty much right off the stick. McAvoy goes to the ice here at the boards, and they were trying to dig it out for everybody's safety. They're going to get him back up and whistle it there, no penalty. But the faceoff will come out to the neutral zone.
So that rocket from McAvoy, good block by Rowan. McAvoy does have quite that blistering slap shot from the point.
Now here's Jimmy Pollock. Give it off for Moran. Moran had a poke checked off his stick. Shot comes. That was blocked by Terp up high. It's played off the boards. Landon Nguyen couldn't control it for Maryland. Now Moran again, right dot. Drifting into the slot, a wrist shot. Pelletier off the chest protector, and he'll hold for the face-off. 3:26 left in the first period. No score. And we have a face-off this time to the left of Pelletier, won by Maryland. Airy. Flipped to center by Maryland. Good job by Steinberg on the forecheck to get that puck right back. He allows Bozen to chase after it. Bozen backhands it around the blue line. Trying to get it to Wilson. That was a scramble for the puck. Great job by Hayter, just came flying in to get the puck back. He's behind the net, wraps it around. Save made by Szynalski. Rowan trying to catch him on the counter. Penrod. Penrod hits the crossbar. He's hit both posts and the crossbar. Bobby Penrod just hitting everything but the back of the net right now.
2 pipes and a crossbar. Jeez.
Now the biggest thing for him is just not getting frustrated because he's got good accuracy, just can't seem to find the back of the net.
Post magnet. You also saw that second line of Steinberg, Wilson, and Bozen. I had lunch with Jason Steinberg today, and I learned that Steinberg, Wilson, and Bozen all went to the same high school. So they got that chemistry line going in the second line, and they're looking to continue that. They've been playing well together. I'm sure they have a lot of experience with that back to their high school days.
A penalty here on Muirhead. Didn't get the call there. Didn't see the motion from the official, but either way, 2-minute penalty against Andrew Muirhead. 2:37 left in the period, and Rowan will spend the majority of it on the power play. They're 0 for 1 on power play chances so far in this game. See if that changes this time around. A wrist shot comes in from Keys off the left pad of Pelletier. Team's jockeying for it in the right corner. Two profs, two terrapins. In the end, it is Rowan that gets it. Zangara gave it off for Nick Thomas. Back to Zangara after a D-to-D pass. Nice move to get into the slot. That was deflected. And another nice save by Pelletier. And looks like we're going to get a pretty much full-fledged change here from Rowan. They'll go from Unit 1 to Unit 2. 1:19 left on the power play chance. We're going to send Conlon in for this face-off. One by Maryland. They tried to clear. Goes to Cohen. That one hits Conlon's stick up high and flips into the protective netting. 1:13 left on the penalty kill for Maryland. Face-off goes to the profs. Cohen. Send it across, gets it back. Lines up a wrister off the right pad of Pelletier. Keeping the chance alive, however. They go back out to Cohen again. This time left point, lines up a slapper this time. That one took a deflection and went over the net. Still being held in. Penrod swings it around for Conlon. Cohen drifts in, another wrist shot again that hit Conlon. He just can't seem to get it on net. Conlon with it again. Pass was deflected as it went through. Now here's a Paul Keys shot.
Good blocker save by Pelletier there. Tracked it down, and it's been great so far in this opening frame.
It's been awfully busy, but he's managed to keep it together. 15 seconds left on the power play. Here's Penrod, the postman. Wrister comes in, that one again off the pad of Pelletier, that time the left pad. Conlon. Back out to the point, it wasn't handled awfully clean, and we're back to 5-on-5. Chandler had it. That's Cam Chandler. First time we've called his name today. Chandler putting on pressure on the forecheck. Maryland takes it behind the net. McAvoy trying to get one more attack here. 15 seconds left in the period. He'll take a quick wrist shot. Blocked by Cohen. They try to redirect it in front. Boston didn't know where it was. 7 seconds left. Cohen just holding it. Tries to clear. McAvoy holds it in. Gets it to Steinberg. Steinberg, last second shot in there from Wilson. And Cisinalski needed to make the pad save, but he made the pad save. And that takes us to the end of the first period. Through 20 minutes of play. No score between Rowan and Maryland. What's your analysis here, Matt, from what you just saw through the first 20?
Well, it was definitely a close period, but Rowan maintained possession of the puck the majority of that period, I would say. Pelletier's looks great. I know I can't see him, but you can tell when he makes a good save. He's been good this opening 20 minutes. So Terps head to the locker room. We got a good game so far. Just got to generate more offense. They're getting some decent chances, but just not enough.
So we'll take a break here on Maryland Hockey Network. Terps and Rowan. No score through 20 minutes. We'll be back here after the intermission for period number 2. Stay right there. All right, welcome back, friends. Terps and Rowan currently tied at 0. No score through the first period. Shots in that period. Maryland 13, Rowan 9. Or all the way around, I'm sorry. Maryland 9, Rowan 13. Rowan outshot Maryland in that period. Both teams being shut out by the other goaltender. So it's Pelletier with 13 really nice saves. And Cisinalski matches him with 9 saves. Both have made some really nice plays in that opening period. We saw Pelletier get peppered with a couple of shots throughout 2 power plays. And Cisinalski had the really nice glove save that we all recall earlier in that period. Teams have switched sides, so now it is Rowan in the brown. Yellow helmets going right to left, and the Terps are in the black with the yellow numbers going left to right. Maryland with it now in the offensive zone. Get it out. Airy with a shot. That one drifted wide. Penrod is able to swing it the other way. Icing waved off. Maryland will have to restart from their own end. Heavy pressure being put on by a few Rowan forecheckers. And they do end up winning the battle, winning the puck back. Pollock gets it to Penrod. A big-time block, though, by Airy. Now at the far boards. Beganowski tries to clear, and then it will be flipped to center ice by Daniel Tomaszewski. Just to the far side. Now Penrod fires it into the Maryland zone. Tomaszewski gets it there, does a good job to spin to avoid the incoming Connor Callahan. Maryland still can't switch the ice, though, and they finally do an icing here. Ooh, that's a tough call. Icing was called, but Beganowski was there.
See the bench voicing some disapproval as well.
And I think that the officials realized that blunder because the faceoff's going to go to center ice.
Yep, they realized.
That was not icing. Beganowski was the first there.
So the referee's making up for that missed call. Nice gesture there after that mistake.
Now Rowan does get the puck in the neutral zone, and they can get into attacking area. Zangara drifted to the right side of the net. Couldn't get a shot off. Now a shot does come, and that's a nice save by Pelletier on Connor Callahan. Goes out to the blue line. Garrison sends one in. Went off the pad, rebound, they couldn't send it home. Now Keys a shot in. That one goes off the stick of a Terrapin and out of danger. Callahan's still threatening though as the puck drifts out towards the slot.
Got to get the puck out here. Trapped in your own defensive zone.
Yeah.
Finally they do.
That's a good job by McAvoy to intercept the cross ice pass. Wilson couldn't dump the puck in, backhanded by Bosin. Now Steinberg loses his footing as he was trying to chase after it. Maryland recovers the puck just for a moment at center. Goes back here with Keys. Keys wrists one wide of the net. Garrison did a good job to hold it in. Maryland picks it up again behind their own net. This time they are able to get it up to neutral zone with Bosin. Gives it off for Steinberg, right dot. Tried a shot, good block from Garrison though. Maryland swoops in behind that. DePoy tried to swing that one around. I'm not sure if that was the puck or his stick that hit the post. Either way, it was held out though by Cisinalski. Maryland backhands it for Trevor Drake. Drake sent one towards the left dot, but no one was there for Maryland. McAvoy gets it in the neutral zone, fires it around the boards. Muirhead chasing after it. Ends up with the stick of DePoy. DePoy tried to deke, but he didn't have the puck. The other way, Zangara in a good position. Goes across the ice, they scored! Cam Chandler, the recipient of a beautiful pass from JT Zangara, and Rowan takes the lead 1-0.
Had to watch out for that 2-on-1. Figure you knew he was going to pass across at some point. And Pelletier has been really good at handling those 2-on-1s so far this season. Gets beat on that one, 1-0. Rowan lead.
Really well done there by the Profs, and they take the lead. This Profs team been very dangerous all season. 8-5-1 this season. 5-4-1 in the mock conference. Maryland, on the other hand, just got back to 500 after the 3 wins in the ACC showcase, but they are only 2-3 in the mock. They played a lot of teams out of conference. Maryland with it now. Wrist shot from Tomaszewski. Gets blocked. Tries a second time. Now it goes in front. Warner trying to punch it in. Ends up in the neutral zone. A nice hit there by Airy, and the Terps get it back with Landon Nguyen. Nguyen fires it around the boards. It was held there by Cisanalski. Backhanded away by David Cutler, but Landon Nguyen gets a stick to it. Cutler trying to clear. Warner holds it in. Wrist shot, and that one saved by Cisanalski. Rowan takes it behind the net. Cutler. Pass forward to Conlon. Conlon chopped at it, and it went to the Maryland bench. Face off in the neutral zone right by the Maryland bench. 15-19 left in period number 2. 1-0 now, Rowan. Goal from Cam Chandler.
Terps have done a good job battling back all season, especially last weekend. Not only sweeping the weekend series, but they played a lot of hockey down by 1 goal and tied it up so many times, especially that game against George Washington. 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, you name it. That was the common theme throughout the weekend, and they're able to come away with 3 wins. So we'll see how they can handle the deficit tonight.
Yeah, this was the comeback crew all weekend long. See how they do in this one. Shot comes in for the point. Holland. It was patted to the right corner by Pelletier. This one stick to the corner. Bieganowski trying to clear. Spins away from pressure. Now he will be able to bring it forward. Bieganowski plays it off the boards for himself. It was read nicely, though, by Holland. He got a stick on it. Ends up now with Liam Eden. Eden swoops behind the net. Swings it in front, and Bieganowski couldn't get the final stick there. Now a 2-on-2 here for Rowan again. Holland just flew forward. Then he tried to get something in front. It went off of Pelletier. Now Maryland with a 2-on-2 possible counter chance. Bieganowski was leading the charge, but he just got planted into the ice. Chance for Rowan to go the other way. They try to go long pass. Goes off the skates of Ray McNamara. Well, that one got under a stick. This could be trouble for Rowan. Boston ends up at Steinberg, and the shot goes wide. Now in front again, this is Boston trying to get it in. And a couple of poke chances don't earn Maryland anything, as Cisanalski was able to cover up and get the whistle. But Maryland just couldn't seem to get a clean shot off there. It was jumping off of sticks and all kinds of different things, and they're turned away again.
Yeah, a few attempts right in front of the net, but like you said, couldn't really get anything on those shots. So it was easy enough for Cisanalski.
Try and go quickly the other way. Rowan does. They're going into the corner. A big hit there as Moran was trying to come up with it. Rowan does eventually get it. It drifts into a dangerous spot. But Maryland avoids danger there with a Bosin clear. Rowan trying to continue putting pressure on with 13 minutes left in the period. Try to work it forward for Garrison. Garrison's hit. Still trying to hold it. Steinberg trying to force his way out of the zone. He tried to go through Keys to get there. Behind the net, Moran tried to backhand one in front for Penrod. Ends up right on the doorstep, but Rowan turned away on that attempt. That may have been a mistake by Garrison to go down to try and hold the zone, because now Maryland with a chance the other way. But penalty, a slash coming up. This will be a prof penalty on Jimmy Pollock. 2 minutes for slashing. This is is a big spot for Maryland. They're 0 for 1 so far on the power play. Not a particularly good start on their power play when they had the first opportunity. Didn't generate much, but here is a chance to try and knot this game up as we're about at the halfway point of the second period.
Yeah, you got that top unit out there, too, who's racking in the points, specifically Healy and Eden. So you got to cash in here, tie it up at 1.
From the blue line, Tomaszewski. Tomaszewski hit by Holland. Still in the Rowan zone, though. Tomaszewski gets it back, goes across. Now for Eden at the point. Tomaszewski just backhands one in front. Biganowski doing a good job screening Cisnalski. Here's Eden. That's Tomaszewski, a one-timer. That goes wide. Healy. He's behind the net. Doing a good job shielding the puck as he goes back out to the point, trying to get Eden more involved in this power play. Here's a McAvoy shot. Good pad save by Cisnalski. And he gets the glove on it for the stoppage.
So that slap shot from Tomaszewski as well from that office that he likes to play. In the last few games especially, he scored that double overtime winner against Virginia Tech from around there. He wired that shot home. Tried recreating that on the power play, but they still have a $1.07 left here.
Ends up at the stick of Tomaszewski off the face-off. Wrist shot went just high of the net. Eden gets it back. He's got it in the corner, maintaining, goes to McAvoy. No shot lane for him. Back to Eden. Now McAvoy in some space at the slot again. No go. He waits, then gets it to Eden. Left dot. He fires one in there, and a nice save by Cisnalski. Now Maryland trying to jam it in at the far post, but it's taken away by the props. They try to backhand it out. Eden holds it in. He goes down at the blue line. Maryland wanted a penalty, didn't get it. Keys clears. Only again as far as Eden, though.
Good job to keep it in here.
Biganowski trying to keep the pressure on. He's got it behind the net, trying to get it out to Tomaszewski at the right point. Tomaszewski pokes it back along the boards for Healy and Biganowski to try and dig loose. They get it back to McAvoy, now to Eden, left circle. Cross for Biganowski, and he barely couldn't get the shot off. 6 seconds left for Maryland on the power play. They go across Eden again, and he tried to fire it, and it was wide. A good power play there nonetheless, Matt, but it doesn't result in a goal.
A lot of good chances there. Just couldn't find the back of the net. That was the only thing they were missing. Kept it in the majority.
Eden again trying to keep the chance alive before he goes to the bench for the change. But his shot was redirected. He got a piece of his stick on the shot attempt. Steinberg with it now as Maryland has had the possession for about 2.5 minutes. This has been a long shift for Rowan. McAvoy had it blocked off of his stick. Now there's trouble the other way, 2-1-1 for Rowan. But a little too fast there for Connor Callahan. It just flew off his stick as he was going up ice. And then McAvoy will dump it into the right corner. Steinberg out there with Jacob Holland for Rowan. Blazin lost his footing as he tried to get the puck. Steinberg kicks it to keep it alive for Wilson. Wilson's pass to the point, intercepted, 2-on-2 for Rowan. Zangara had it.
A penalty.
Yeah, it looks like a slash on Maryland there. Zangara was trying to get right in front for a shot. So Cisnalski goes to the bench, but this will end up at the stick of Steinberg, and we'll get that call almost positive it's a slash.
You go back to that possession in the offensive zone, the power play and beyond for Maryland. It tires you out when you're the defense and you can't get the puck out. So that was the story with the profs there. You tell they were tired, but the Terps still couldn't capitalize. And now Rowan gets a power play themselves.
Was not correct, actually, despite being almost positive. Not a slash, a hook on Hunter Airy. So another chance for Rowan. Now with 9:03 left in the period, they have a chance to double their advantage on a power play chance. They are 0 for 2 on power plays tonight. Rowan very patient on these chances. They look for a really good shot chance. Here's Penrod. Out for a Cohen slapper. That one hits off the skate of Eden. Both teams scramble to the puck in the near corner. Killian Tomaszewski trying to dig it out for Maryland. Ends up at the stick of Cohen. Gives it off to the boards. Moran goes across the ice for Cohen. Cohen tried to line up a shot, and another good job by Eden, whose just engine never runs out of gas. Showcasing that again here. Here's a wrist shot from Penrod, and he hits his 4th post of the night. Now a chance for Keys, and a good save made by Pelletier as he covers up between the pads. But Bobby Penrod just hit his 4th post of the game. This man has caught a ton of iron tonight, and still no goals for him.
Still no goals. And you talk about Liam Eden as well with those block shots. Fortunate the puck stayed out of the net there. A good shift by the Profs. And they still got some power play time as well.
50 seconds to be exact. There's Rowan. Maintaining possession, being patient again, as is their MO. Wrist shot ends up hitting off the protective netting. Fired in by Nick Thomas on the shot there. Face-off will go to the left of Henry Pelletier, who's been a busy, busy man. Has only let 1 shot behind him, and that chance he had pretty much no opportunity to save on a really nice cross-ice pass from Zangara to Cam Chandler. Keys, wrist shot, goal! Wasn't redirected, probably in front. And it was Connor Callahan on the redirect in front of the net there for Rowan. And now it is a 2-0 Profs lead.
Redirect is low past Pelletier. Not too much you could do on those tips. Good tip by Callahan as well.
That goal from Callahan, a power play goal. Now 7:20 left in the period, and the Terps trail by 2. They've yet to find the back of the net behind Szynalski. Offsides the call here on the entrance from Frattaroli.
All right, so Bobby Penrod on the right side, he's got both posts and the crossbar. Left side, I think he has right post. So all he's missing is crossbar and left pipe on the left side.
And he's hit every bar of iron in this building. There's Justice will find the back of the net at some point. This one ends up right in front of the net. It was mishandled by Szynalski. A one-timer from Tomaszewski goes up and over the bar. Rowan trying to recollect themselves and clear. Steinberg backhands one. Goes off the stick of Carter Jones. Maryland gets it back. They try a backhander in front. They just can't seem to control the puck there, as Rowan's defense did a good job just clogging the lane, essentially, as Carter Jones brings it forward. He's checked against the boards by Airy. Trying to knife it loose. Frattaroli takes it behind the net, swings it all the way around to the right dot. Feeds it across for David Cutler. Cutler's pass around the boards. They try to send it back around for Frattaroli. Steinberg takes it for Maryland. Gets it to the neutral zone despite heavy pressure and is able to dump it in. He'll go up against Cutler on the foot race, and this is going to be a penalty on Steinberg for tripping. Again, we've talked about this at nauseum, that penalties in the defensive zone are killer penalties. That is not a penalty in any way that Steinberg needs to commit there. Cutler just beat him to the puck on the forecheck, and he ends up bringing him down from behind, and now Maryland has to go on the kill again.
Yeah, you got to stick into the skates there. And he's trying to turn on the Jets and steal that puck, get an offensive chance. He did a good job applying the pressure as he came into the offensive zone, but again, just getting the stick wedged between the skates for a tripping call.
That was a Penrod shot. That one went off the chest protector. Pelletier goes back to Penrod. Cohen, wrister from the point, redirected, goes wide. Conlon tries to fire one from a tight angle. Pelletier denied him as well. Cohen takes it again. Gets that one through Eden. Another redirect, but this one redirected wide. Vance Moran picks the puck up. Back for Conlon. It was deflected off a terrapin and went towards the net. Still alive with Penrod. Cross-ice feed to Moran. Moran fires one. Glove down by Pelletier. A stick is loose, but Maryland is able to clear just for a moment as we have an injured Prof on the ice.
There's a shot that caught him high.
Jimmy Pollock making his way off the ice.
Like the puck hit him in the neck or chest area. Couldn't really see exactly where it hit him, but it was pretty high.
1:10 left on the power play, 4:56 in the period. Rowan has it behind the net. Still trying to generate a chance. McAvoy able to clear. All the way down the other side. Keys chasing after it for Rowan. It's held there by Cisinalski. The stick down there very cleverly by Bieganowski. But Bieganowski's backhanded pass, no one there. Callahan into the corner. It's walled off by McNamara. Was able to get a pass off, however, to Zangara. Zangara to Keys, back to Zangara. Right circle, wrist shot. Low and wide. Zangara with it again. Nick Thomas. Thomas floats it back for Zangara. Plays it off the boards for Callahan. Zangara again. 9 seconds left. Shot comes in. Pelletier again with the denial. Seven ticks left on the power play, and now 3:52 left in the period. Rowan by a pair, 2-0. Goals from Connor Callahan and Cam Chandler. It's all the C's doing the work. Rister comes in right off the faceoff. Rebound chance. He was right there, Cam Chandler, but that one may have been just barely deflected and went onto the top of the net.
Deflected. It became a little knuckleball, and I think it bounced off the top of the net as well, so it nearly went in.
That was all kinds of trouble. Conlon has his stick caught in the boards. Now he's trying to dig it loose. I'm not sure if he can. He is able to do so as the puck drifts to the pads of Pelletier. He covers for the faceoff with 3:28 left in the period.
Looks like Chris Conlon's stick got stuck in the boards as well. You see a little bit of a bigger gap towards that right corner. I think his stick got stuck in there. He couldn't get it out for a while.
Faceoff goes to Maryland. Tomaszewski clears. It does get near the blue line. It's still being held in, but now it does drift to Drake. Trevor Drake with the 2-on-2 into the corner. Drake trying to wrap it around. Couldn't get a shot off of any real power. Goes out to Airy. Airy brings it in. Try to drag that one back, and now it could be trouble. 2-on-1 for Rowan. Wrist shot. That one saved by Pelletier.
Scored on the 2-on-1 last time. Elected to shoot this time.
That was Chandler on the shot. He elected to go with the shot instead of passing it across for Conlon. Maryland trying to quickly get it up ice to Muirhead. Drifts into some space. Schroeder a shot, and that one ends up in the netting.
I don't know about you, but this beam across the ceiling keeps getting lower because we can't see the scoreboard anymore.
Yeah, it has gotten to the
I don't know
so
what's
low
going
to the
on.
point where we cannot see the scoreboard, and it also is obstructing some of the ice. We apologize for that.
Fort DuPont is full of
And
shenanigans.
surprises. Tomaszewski flicks the puck to center ice. Warner gets onto it. Right circle, wrist shot. Save made by Cisinalski. Face-off ends up in the possession of Maryland behind the net, even though they didn't win it originally. McMenamin plastered against the boards there. Gets it to Warner. Grister from Jetson Koo is a mile off target. Terps battling for the puck here at the near boards. 3 profs, and it is Keys that gets it. Keys plays it off the boards. It swings around. Ends up in the Maryland zone for Ryan Haight. Haight goes to McMenamin. McMenamin tried to lay it back, and that's going to be trouble. But the 2-on-1 is killed as Warner came flying in there to try and prevent the break the other way. They go across, trying to get it to Zangar. That was Carter Jones with the pass. Zangar couldn't get a hold of it, though, and it goes into the netting. Face-off will go, appears to the right of Henry Pelletier with 1:24 left in the period.
Had to duck down there to see the scoreboard. I don't know what's going on with this thing.
Face-off, Penrod tried a quick wrist shot right off the draw. That was blocked, though. Now Moran hit against the boards. Puck comes out. McMenamin will dump it in and go for a change. Haight chasing after it, try to just send one into the slot for Eden. He's intercepted, though, by the profs. Nothing comes of the attack, though. Puck goes the length. That puck was tipped, so no icing. Beganowski in a race for it. He's able to get there. To Eden. Wrist shot and another tremendous glove save by Sisanowski. I had the top right corner of the net engraved on it, but Sisanowski denies Eden again. With under a minute left, 44 seconds. The profs try and work it around. Ends up in their zone. Cutler clears it up to Chandler. Chandler, one of the 2 goal scorers this period for Rowan. He dumps it in behind. Pelletier holds it for Ray McNamara. McNamara goes to McAvoy, but that drifted off his stick and kept the attack alive for Rowan. But shot comes in and goes into the netting again. 14 seconds left in the second period.
Looks like the clock kept going a little bit. It's going to stay the way it was.
Face off to the left of Pelletier. 1 quickly. Conlon tries a wrist shot. Blocked immediately. Maryland, one last chance perhaps. Goes off of Eden's stick. Eden sends it into the Rowan zone. He knifed around, and then there goes the horn to indicate the end of the second period. Score. The Maryland Terrapins nothing. Rowan Profs 2. Goals in that period from Connor Callahan and Cam Chandler. But in addition to that, I think the big story is John Sisanowski. He has played a tremendous game between the posts. A couple of really nice saves for him, and even though there have been stretches of 2 or 3 minutes where he hasn't had much action, he always steps up to the occasion, still working a shutout through 40 minutes.
And Maryland's definitely gotten more chances during that second period. So they're playing some better hockey, but again, they're getting those 2 goals. Got to try and fight back the final 20 minutes, so unlike the first one going into it 0-0, they'll be going into the third down by 2 goals. So we'll see what the message is in the locker room by Coach Carter.
Either way, we're going to take a timeout here for the second intermission. The score, 2-0 Rowan. We'll be back for the start of the third and see if Maryland has anything up their sleeves for the third period. This is Terps Hockey on the Maryland Hockey Network. Back here for period number 3 on the Maryland Hockey Network. We appreciate you joining us. Rowan Profs and the University of Maryland Terrapins battling here at the Fort DuPont Ice Arena. My name is Mark McClure, joined by Matt Fusillo, and the Terps trail it 2-0 to Rowan. Rowan's played a really good game of hockey so far, and we're going to see if they can keep it up. While Maryland looking for a response in any type of way. Pass goes across the ice there by Maryland. They can't get the control as that little bar will inflate, which is good for us, allows us to see more of the ice. Slapper comes in. That was blocked by Beganowski. Took a big shot there on that one.
Beganowski's really shaken up on that. Not only went to the bench, but went behind Coach Carter. Carter had to kind of swivel out of the way. He's really laboring.
Terps take it behind the Rowan net. Rowan will go from there with Zangara. Zangara goes into the offensive zone with the puck. Shot comes in. Pelletier denies the first effort. Goes out to center ice. Steinberg tries to hold it. Goes back out to center. Terps holding in the offensive zone. Rowan trying to clear.
See DePoy looking for Trevor Drake there. Two guys looking for their first goal in a Maryland uniform. As they're joined in that line by Andrew Muirhead, first game back in lineup. He's got 3 goals on the year before he took that injury.
This one ends up right in front, trouble brewing there, but Terps are able to avoid any danger in the end. Wrist shot, and they scored. Chris Conlon takes advantage of a rebound there. And all of a sudden, it is a 3-0 hockey game. We apologize, lost the video here for just a moment. Have it back ASAP. Goes out to center after the face-off. Won by the Terrapins.
So you see the Warner line out there with Andrew McMenamin and Landon Wynn. McMenamin's got 2 points in the year. Warner's still looking for his first point. That's shocking. He's playing decent hockey. He just gets a lot of chances. Hasn't gotten his first goal yet.
Another chance for Rowan, and they scored again. Cam Chandler that time. Timeout called here. Looks like by Maryland. No, actually, hold it. They're just taking a look at the net here.
Looks like Pelletier's hurt.
Actually looks Henry Pelletier is injured behind the net. We again apologize for the issues with the camera. We can fix that ASAP.
See Pelletier trying to stretch things out with the trainer. Hope he's okay. Looks like he'll stay in.
Good to see from Pelletier, a really tough guy. One of the team leaders out there. You see him constantly, even when he's not playing, trying to make an impact, get his guys.
Saw Aiden
In
Jones.
midfield, there's Jones, which he thought about getting warmed up, but Pelletier looks like he'll be fine. Face-off goes to Maryland. Knocked around here at center. Trying to get it loose. Ends up with Beganowski. Now into the Rowan zone. Maryland gets it to Tomaszewski. Tomaszewski holds, wrists one in. It was deflected up and into the protective netting.
Apologize again for those technical difficulties, but we're doing better, doing what we can. We appreciate the viewership tonight as well. These are our most watched games so far of the year, so we appreciate you guys tuning in from home on this Sunday night at the Fort DuPont.
Puck ends up back at center. He's trying to switch sides of the ice. We're going to drive it in. Puck being knocked around by both sides as they try again and just hold on to the puck for
a penalty.
Time. Penalty coming up here against Maryland. Battle for it ensues.
We'll get Boz into the box for tripping.
Maryland trying to work an early clear. As again, we apologize for the camera just totally freezing on us in this game. A minute 20 left on the power play. Goes out to the blue line for Cohen. Cohen holds, wrist shot goes wide. Just past the glove of Pelletier. They clear it down the other way. Maryland does. Goes off the pad of Szymanski and back into the Maryland zone. Cleared the length of the ice. And again, Rowan will restart. Maryland in the offensive zone. Eden goes across for Healy. Follow-up chance. Shot goes wide. and back out to center ice. McAvoy will have to backtrack. Rowan moving it across.
Power play time is over. Boston goes to the box. And we're back to 5-on-5 with 12.5 remaining. 4-0 game.
Whistle goes the other way. After an icing call against Maryland. Apologize for the audio there.
So you see the DePoy line out there. He's got Trevor Drake and Andrew Muirhead with Arian Tomaszewski on defense. Those two have been playing well together. Nice shutdown defense, getting some offensive chances, specifically Tomaszewski.
Tomaszewski's been a two-way defender for Maryland most of the year. We've seen him score a couple times, including that double overtime winner against Tech being the big one. As we'll have a whistle here near center ice. Do apologize again for the camera issues. We thought we could get through a full game without having any issues, but unfortunately not in the cards tonight. Hopefully, again, it will stick with us for the remainder of the period. Maryland works in the offensive zone at this point. Rowan able to clear. Jetson Koo. Had it for just a moment, got knocked off of his stick there by Cam Chandler. Now here comes Rowan. Cross into the offensive zone. They have it knocked off the stick. Maryland clears the length of the ice. 11:20 left in the period. Props bringing it forward this time with Will Garrison. Garrison into the offensive zone. Garrison holding, sends it across the ice. Maryland clears back to the neutral zone. Garrison again with it. Ends up with Ryan Haight off a Haight stick and out to the neutral zone yet again. Goes into the right corner. A banned clearance there from Haight nearly kills him. But they get away with that mistake, and now Rowan has to start the attack from behind again. It goes off a Cohen's stick and into the right corner. Tomaszewski takes it there. Beganowski battling for it, ends up right at the post. Good job by Pelletier to wall that off. Here's Eden. Maryland now down 4-0. We missed the 2 goals there on video. We apologize for that, but still, Terps behind as that wrist shot from Tomaszewski is saved by Sisanowski, who still has a shutout now, 20-plus shots faced.
I think we've had our share of tough goes of it with the difficulties this year. Seems like we can't catch a break. Last weekend at the St. James, very nice facility, but weren't sure what went wrong during those 3 games.
Oh! Shot comes in, and a great save there on a shot came in from Frateroli. I'm not sure if Pelletier even really saw where that puck was headed, but he got the glove on it and is able to keep them out on that one. So, I'll give you another breakdown of the scoring. Connor Callahan, Cam Chandler with 2. And then Chris Conlon with the other goal. So that makes up the 4 total for Rowan. Liam Eden with it, clears it into his own bench. Hits off the teal sign that's above the Maryland, right side of the Maryland bench. So the faceoff stays in the Maryland zone to the right of Pelletier this time. This is won by Rowan. It's out at the point, flipped into the corner. Vance Moran hits the ice. And now this is Thomas Pedersen. One hand floats the puck towards the edge of the zone, goes off of the netting yet again. So we'll have another stoppage in play. 9.5 left in the final period.
Having trouble getting going here midway through the third. A lot of stoppages with pucks off the ceiling and netting, that teal sign.
This time we'll go out to the neutral zone. Faceoff goes to Maryland, but they didn't get much off of it. Vance Moran with a shot goes up off the pad of Pelletier and then into the glove. 9:25 left in the final period. 4-0 Maryland is trailing. To Rowan, this is a team that is one of the best in the mock at this point as they center a pass right in front on the doorstep. Pollock is turned away.
And yeah, Rowan is one of those teams that can compete with anyone. Really strong team, especially offensively. You see it tonight. They did lose on Friday to Ryder by a final score of 5-4, but Ryder's another juggernaut in the mock. They beat Delaware on Saturday last night by a final score of 3-1. Delaware is another really good team.
Going from point to point, here's Mike Miller. Miller brings it behind for Pollock. Pollock backhands one towards the crease. Then a second chance for Penrod. Moran came up with it, tried to feed Penrod again. Penrod goes back to Moran. Now around the boards for Pollock. Tries to send one in front. Ends up at the far side of the ice. Now it's Cutler. Cutler spins around and holds the puck in. Out to the point. Penrod. Penrod had his wrist shot redirected, goes to the corner. Well, and we're going to clear. It's been a long shift for this D unit, and then they finally do get it to the neutral zone, but it did cost Steinberg some bodily injuries. He got crushed against the boards by Vance Moran, and it's an icing call, so Maryland cannot even get a change. And looks like Maryland's going to take a timeout. So we'll get a stoppage here. 7:54 left in the period. Final period. 4-0. Rowan has the lead. And we've actually noticed that Maryland normally responds really well to Joe Carter's talks. They usually come out pretty good after these timeouts when he can kind of walk them through what he wants, what he's thinking. And we'll see how Maryland responds on this particular instance. But either way, this one has kind of gotten away from the Terps, unfortunately. And to some extent, they do just are looking on the little things we've talked about. You know, when you are trailing big in a game, you can work on things that can still help you down the line.
Yeah, and the profs, you got to give them credit. Getting those 2 quick goals in the third. And they started to run away with this game a little bit in this last period.
And
so,
to some extent, Joe Carter did call that timeout to, I'm sure, talk to his guys, but he also wanted to get a line change in. And you can do that post-timeout because he wasn't able to do it after Maryland iced the puck.
yes.
So that is a positive for him as Andrew Muirhead goes the other way, gives it off for a Andrew DePoy shot, and another glove save by Sizanowski.
Speaking of that line change, Coach Carter was able to get the DePoy line back out. Trevor Drake, Andrew Muirhead flanking him.
DePoy goes down near the far boards, trying to hold it in. Tomaszewski plays it to Muirhead. Into the offensive zone. Paul Keys ends up at Zangara. They couldn't clear, and they nearly turned it over, and it was trouble. Now here's Tomaszewski. Tomaszewski with a good hold there. Try to get it in front for DePoy. DePoy couldn't get a stick on it, and then it's sent in by Airy. Rebound chance. Nothing forthcoming, though. Now here are the Profs on the charge yet again. This one pretty much just directed at the pads of Pelletier, and he just holds it right where they were. 6:41 left in the period. 4-0 Rowan, and we have a stoppage in play.
I think another one of my player comparisons is Andrew DePoy to Ryan Strome with the New York Rangers. Under the radar player. And their name is not really heard a lot. Not to mention they both wear the number 16, but that's regardless.
Conlon right in front, backhander, does not go. As Pelletier was out of position, then a wrister comes in, and that one ends up in the right corner.
But as I was saying about DePoy, he's been getting some decent chances so far this year. His name hasn't been heard too much. He hasn't been on the score sheet yet, besides that one assist. And I think he's going to be one of those guys that breaks out soon. And Captain Liam Eden also said that he thinks DePoy is going to start scoring those goals in a matter of games. So hopefully soon for Andrew DePoy.
This one at the skates of Landon Nguyen. He couldn't control it. Conlon trying to poke it loose. Nguyen hits the ice. Tanner Schroeder tries to drill it into the roof of the net. It goes off the outside of the net. Wrister from distance, blocked off the foot of Andrew McMenamin. Warner trying to clear. Gets it up to Nguyen, now to McMenamin. One-on-one for him. Wrister, that one was blocked. To the right side. And now here comes Cohen. Long pass. Doesn't get through all the way clean, though, to Frattaroli. Out to the blue line. Koo couldn't hold it in. Went back to Haight. Haight just directs it to Beganowski, who gets it off for Tucker Healy. Tried to lay it back for Eden. Now Eden a wrist shot. First chance was blocked. Second one as well. Jetson Koo trying to kick it loose and get it to a teammate. Ends up back at Eden. Now back to Koo. At the near boards to Healy. Back behind for Eden. Back to Healy. Healy goes across. Tried to get it to Haight. Then Haight's shot was just a little pop-up. Gloved in there by
Another one of those knuckleballs.
We've seen a few of those in this game, as no one's really given much space in that middle area.
See Pelletier just skate over towards the bench a little bit and fire some words over, trying to spark some energy. We see him do that a lot.
That's his MO at Pelletier, even when he doesn't start, when he gets a day off for Aiden Jones. He is always the first guy to be making noise on the bench. We saw him even when Maryland was getting routed by Delaware earlier this month. He was the first guy knocking on the boards when he did end up exiting that game, trying to get his team in it. Doesn't matter how he's playing. He wants his team to keep the energy up and not just fold at the end of games. Healy has it here. Haight takes it off of his stick. It's poked loose, and Zangara one-on-one. Wraps it around, tried to get it off for Frattaroli, but a really great diving play behind the net by Ryan Haight. A couple of players down on the ice. No one was quick to get to the puck. It ends up with Beganowski, and then it's just fired down by Haight. This is going to be icing as Eden was chasing after it, and they do award that one rightly so.
Liam Eden turning on the Jets there, just couldn't negate the icing. I think the referee could have waited a little bit longer on that, but either way, didn't look like he was going to get there. So the face-off to the right of Pelletier.
Face-off won by Rowan. It's backhanded to the far side boards. Swings it around Jetson Koo. Garrison goes clattering behind the Maryland net as Rowan still trying to get a shot off here. Maryland doing a good job walling off the slot area. Eden tries to poke it loose. Another little spin move by Rowan. That's a nifty move by Eden to generate some space in the neutral zone. He shoots one in. That hits the post and then rolls right towards the goal line. But at the last minute, Sizanowski was able to find it and get the stoppage in play. 2:47 left in the game.
So that's the 5th post of the game, and 4 of the first 4 came from the same player. Eden, only the 2nd player to hit the post, but again, anyway, a good chance there by him. And he came flying in after making a good nifty move, had Beganowski with him. But the Terps still have 0 on the scoreboard.
Trying to rifle a shot in from Tomaszewski. Bozen gets it. After it clattered around. Big hit at the blue line, and Rowan gets it back. Only for a moment. Relentlessness of Chase Wilson wins him the puck back. Backhanded chance, and they get it. Goal! A weird one there. It just ends up at the post and was kind of slapped down from midair by Chase Wilson. The first goal from the second line.
Yeah, it looks like he batted that one. Chase Wilson gets his 2nd goal of the year.
But that is the first time anyone outside the first or fourth line when they were playing it scored. Wilson scored one as a 4th liner. Now he has one as a 2nd liner.
It's a nice goal, too, by Wilson, getting crafty with it.
The hand-eye coordination required for that kind of goal, cannot even imagine. He had a lot of focus to just kind of slap that one in the net.
Yeah, we see Sidney Crosby do that a lot in the NHL. Not too many guys could do that other than him.
Looks like he's playing field hockey right there. There's DePoy trying to quickly take advantage again with that one blockered up and into the netting by Sizanowski for a stoppage. 2:15 left on the clock. DePoy trying to get the face-off for the Terps. Won by Rowan in the end. They backhanded along the near side. Conlon was able to take it away from Drake, but couldn't control it as it goes back to Airy. Airy having trouble controlling it. Drake dumps the puck in for DePoy. DePoy's checked against the glass here. Cam Chandler and a gaggle of other props helping to get this one loose. Here's a wrister from Tomaszewski. It wasn't a clean glove save. It was not a clean glove save by Sizanowski. But they're able to get away with it. Now to quickly start the counter. Conlon goes across, and they scored. Cam Chandler has got 2.
Puck was served on a platter to Chandler. All he had to do was tap it right in. Good pass to get it to him. And he just fires that one home. Make it a 5-1 game.
They put an exclamation on this one with 1:26 left in the contest. Conlon hits the ice. They're trying to get to the bench. But Maryland just trying to see this one out, finish this one up. Keys tries a shot. Can't get it cleanly off of his stick. Goes out to the point. Anthony Rocca slaps one in. Penalty coming up on Maryland. And with 1:07 left, we'll get that call. They're going to get Blake Warner, who did his best, but could not seem to go a full 60 minutes without a penalty. He's had problems with the penalties all season long, and he goes to the box with 1:07 left, so Maryland will spend the rest of this game barring a goal on the kill.
Especially that last game against Rowan. Warner had some penalty issues. And he'll get another one in the final minutes of this one.
Here's Cutler, tries to feed one across for Keys. Wasn't a particularly accurate pass. Now we're under a minute left in the game. Back out to the neutral zone. Cutler trying to knife it loose here right by the Maryland blue line. Does eventually come loose for Rowan. Keys gives it off for Callahan. Now it goes towards the Rowan zone. Eden did a good job to get it there. Tries to swing one in front, and he scored. Liam Eden with a nice piece of magic there, short-handed. And Maryland makes it 5-2.
And we could talk about Liam Eden all day. I mean, compliments that you could give that man.
The man you like to call Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah, he is Nathan McKinnon. I see him, I want to call him Nathan. His size, his speed, his strength, and he did it all in that goal. He's able to find the back of the net short-handed.
And that's what Liam Eden does. At that point, 20 seconds left in a game, you're not winning. He chases the puck down with great speed. Then he walls the defender from the puck and then finds a way to put it in the back of the net. That is the Liam Eden special right there. 3 seconds left here, and this is going to do it for this one as the final horn sounds. Maryland falls to the Rowan University Profs by a score of 5-2. And it was just a really overall balanced effort by everyone whose last name starts with C. Callahan, Chandler, and Conlon were the goal scorers in this one. And Rowan ends up moving to 9-5-1 on the season. This is a mock game as well, so they move to 6-4-1 in conference, while Maryland will drop to 2-4. And as they head for the handshake line, we'll kind of take a look at what happened in this game. John Cisanowski was tremendous in net, and they put a lot of pressure on Henry Pelletier all night long. Bobby Penrod hit the post 4 times today, and that's a serious number, by the way. And in the end, they did play a better game of hockey out there than the Terps did.
Yeah, played a better game of hockey than the Terps did. And
final shots on target in this game. 39 for Rowan and 23 for Maryland. I think that kind of tells you the story of what we saw in this game. The Terps just did not generate enough offense in this game to beat Cisanowski multiple times. You could see it. Eden had the great individual effort, and the slap down shot, I should say, by Wilson to score. But in the end, when this game was competitive, it was all about the Rowan Profs.
Yeah, and Rowan just had the puck the majority of the game. I think that's all you could say. You maintain possession of the puck, odds are you're going to get more goals, and they could have had more with all those Penrod posts that he hit. But we'll take a 5-2 loss here at the Fort DuPont. Do get goals from Chase Wilson and Nathan McKinnon. But overall, you don't want to say it was a terrible game from the Terps. I mean, there are obviously ways to improve, but I think the simple way out was just saying that Rowan had the puck the vast majority of the game and elicited more chances in the offensive zone. I think they were quicker to the puck as well. But Maryland's got to keep their head up. They got Thanksgiving coming up this week, so they won't have a game next weekend. And they're back at it. So
yeah, it is going to be a tough stretch, though, for Maryland. They have a big road stretch coming up. As you alluded to, their next game is December the 3rd.
Against Towson.
They will play Towson at Ice World. Will be there. And then they finish with back-to-back games at Penn State at Pagula Ice Arena on the 10th and the 11th, I believe, are the dates for those games. And they want to go in strong. Those are two big games, two mock games, and one non-con. But this breaks a modest 3-game winning streak, and they want to get themselves back on track as quickly as possible before they go into the winter split break.
They had a great weekend last weekend. I mean, they got the weekend sweep going 3-0, including a great overtime winner on the middle game. And then you lose tonight. You got to keep your head up. You just got 3 wins last weekend. Go into Thanksgiving with good spirits, and then come back against Towson flying.
Well, that'll do it for us here from Fort DuPont Ice Arena. We really appreciate all the support for tonight's game. most watched game here so far on Maryland Hockey Network. We appreciate all the support. We do apologize for the camera issues we had at the beginning of period number 3, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We didn't have to have 5 different recordings for this game, so we appreciate all the support that we received from families, friends, and even opponents' fans. We really are thankful for all of your support here as Maryland falls in this one by a final score of 5-2 for everybody here at Maryland Hockey Network, everyone here with Terps Hockey and Rowan Hockey. I've been Mark McClure, joined by Matt Fusillo. We hope to see you on the next one again. Next time Terps are in action will be December the 3rd against Towson at Ice World. If you can't be there, be here, because we will. Final score here from Fort DuPont, 5-2. Rowan gets the win.